So you guys, I wanted to jump on here. I've had some people kind of ask me about this. I just want to talk about why I had to get a Mishimoto catch can and when and why should I change my PCV valve. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. I'm going to show you some examples of kind of what's happened to me in the hills and what led me to believe that this could have been a problem. So let's get started, guys. Let's jump right in and I'll show you exactly kind of what has happened to me to make me open up this can of worms. Check it out. Have you seen JK smoke in the hills on a trail? Yeah, well, that has been me. The only difference between me and maybe some of the other people is I was on Pritchett during a very hard obstacle and my Jeep died. Pretty scary for me. So what that is that's the intake manifold, you guys, and there was oil all over in there. And not just in there, all over the spark plugs. It actually dumped into the exhaust, and you could literally jump under the Jeep and see all the oil that was coming out. It was that bad, you guys. So we come home, we take it apart, we got a catch can, we put it in, and essentially what that does is it diverts any oil when you're on a steep incline to a different place other than in your intake, in your spark plugs, and all that other stuff. So you can then, when it gets full, you can empty it wherever you are as long as you have the necessary stuff. That's pretty cool. All right, so I just wanted to show everybody. Oh, wait, he put all the other ones in, huh? What? You put all the spark plugs in already? Yeah. So, really quick, you guys see that needle right there? That's what you look for with the needle, with the gap at the top of this. And this new spark plug, that gap is much closer. That's how you know if your spark plugs are good or bad. When you use a spark plug gapper, that's how you tell. That will tell you how much it should be on a new one versus an old one, so you know if your spark plugs are good or if they're bad. You can just tell by looking. All right, you guys, this spark plug situation is exactly what you need to be looking for. You will know right away whether or not the spark plug is good or bad using that gapper, and that you just stick under the gap, kind of like a quarter. That's how you use that. You stick it flat in between that section, and that's how you'll do that. But what that I was holding up was my throttle body, and that also had a ton of oil in it. It was all just caked in it. So yeah, we had that going for us. Right here, this is about I think it's a 3 or a 4 ounce can. There's only 5 steps to putting that puppy in. It's really easy for the most part, as far as we know. So once we get the catch can on and the spark plugs on, we're gonna go clear the hard codes with TJ's brother over the shop. And then we're obviously, if we have time, because we're going back to Moab this weekend, if we have time, then we will run it out and try and put it on a steep incline on Wayne's World or something like that to make sure it's good. Manifold, intake manifold back on right now. So here we are, you guys, on Fordyce Creek Trail with some of our good friends, and I'm actually on Winch Hill 1 right now. Now, as you hear a little bit more about what my Jeep is doing in the background, you'll start hearing lifters go off, and there'll be like a massive knocking that will start happening in the front, in the engine compartment. And I'll tell you kind of what that is here in just a second.
Over here. Why is it making that noise? Back up, back up. No, I need you to back up, babe.
Whoa, wait.
Just back up straight.
Am I straight?
Yeah, you're straight. Back up. I don't know what that tick is, but stop, stop. I might need to bring you over a little further quicker.
Oh, back up.
You guys heard this way more, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, go passenger and come up. Passenger. Get your back to the passenger.
Right there. Just
Go
stay
right
right there. Now go for it.
Yeah, go forward.
Yeah, go through. Go.
Yep, she's sucking oil.
You got a catch can. What the crap?
It's probably full.
I emptied it yesterday. It's gonna be a light little bump right there. Light it up. Now back up and stay flat. You're just smoking like no other, man. What's going on?
I think my catch can might be full because I lost oil pressure, I think, and it's coming out the exhaust again. The catch can might be full, and that might be why. So we're gonna check the catch can really quick, and then we'll see kind of what we got going on. So hold on 1 second.
Babe,
What? Okay.
A PCV valve. Put that in your notes so I don't forget, because I'm gonna
She
forget.
got on video.
We need a PCV valve?
Well, that's what.
Yeah, try replacing
I
that.
think so, because this used to fill up
Yeah.
to there in a.
So I emptied the catch can, you guys, and because there was room for the oil to go back in there, and even though I had a bad PCV valve out there, which we found out later, it really did, it helped keep all that oil that you see in that catch can out of everything, because we were able to empty that out there with a certain container to keep it off the trail, and then we went on about our day, and it did great. So yeah, it saved us, and my rating for Mishimoto is a 10 out of 10. I totally believe in the catch cans because they will save that PCV valve that you're looking at over and over and over again. Real quick, you guys, that's just a comparison between the two PCV valves. The one with the bigger hole obviously is the bad one. The one with the smaller hole is the good one. So now you can see why oil got through. Kind of a big deal, guys. That's all going into your motor where it shouldn't be. Now remember, you guys, it is recommended that you change the PCV valve every 100,000 miles. If you do have a catch can, sometimes it can elongate the life of that because it's actually all that extra oil is being diverted into the catch can rather than being forced to try and get through the PCV valve, and you don't want that. So yeah, it's crazy. I give Mishimoto a 10 out of 10 with the catch can. I absolutely love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. And for us JK owners, there's so many of us that smoke out there, and a lot of people think, and it could be normal, but a lot of people think that, hey, if it starts dying and such like that, like that's a big deal. Like you end up having to pull things literally apart to even just get to spark plugs, you guys. Spark plugs, we're talking spark plugs here. It's a lot longer process than just saying like changing a spark plug on a lawnmower, you know? So yeah, you guys, if you can save that, save your spark plugs, you know, save the PCV valve from having to pull that off the engine block, it's a big deal. But I do recommend you guys get it from Mopar directly, because if you do not and get just any Joe Schmo PCV valve, they don't last near as long, and you do not want to be changing that thing over and over. It is just not a fun job. But I do want to just thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I hope this video helps anybody out there that might be having the same problem. And you guys have a great day. Please don't forget to be kind, be safe, don't stop dominating. Bye, guys.